Black Butler. Black Butler's episode 2 has dropped. It was a little late for me for my app to tell me that the episode had dropped, but I'm so excited that it has finally dropped because now I can watch it. For those of you who have never been here before, just subscribe, don't ask questions. I have a bad work-life relationship, which means only the top tier quality for you. At any rate, I'm excited because all I've gotten were comments talking about how great this show is, this arc specifically. So, let's just jump into it, gamers.
Willkommen to the Emerald Castle.
And we're going to skip. We're going to skip to the Emerald Castle. Emerald Castle, please. Emerald Castle.
I've never seen this species before.
Careful. Those are poisonous. One time.
Careful. They'll eat you. They open up their two lips. They open up and they go shut. They go, oh, and they eat little boys like you. At least that's what the stories we tell. It's the stories we tell the children. No need to worry. We only laugh here. Us Germans have such a good sense of humor.
Touch will make your fingers swell.
Recht, danke.
This way. Wait right there and stay out of trouble.
Right.
We all know every time Sebastian has said, stay out of trouble, they immediately do not stay out of trouble. What kind of shenanigans and shenanigans are going to happen?
I haven't had guests in ages. You may dine with me tonight.
You are most kind.
My favorite thing is when my host says things in a very ominous and slightly threatening way, especially when it involves eating, dining. Where's the menu?
Go prepare the dinner and see the servants find their rooms.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that that is the German word, but still, you got someone of royal. Just imagine, just like CL, or just imagine like the butler to the queen is just like, go fetch some dinner, some sweets, please. And Sebastian's like, yeah.
I thought as much before. Her feet were bound. That's why they're so small. Lau told me about the practice. To decrease their size, a girl's feet are bound tightly from a young age. Apparently it's a custom unique to China. Why would it be done in Germany? Particularly to the local ruler.
I mean, the local ruler does make sense. The, happening in Germany, it must be Lau and drugs.
Du, Junge, sprich.
You, mean me?
Ah, apologies. I'm afraid that my young master is not yet fully proficient in German.
Oh, yeah.
I do get why they are having, like, Sebastian and everyone speak in a German accent while speaking English is to delineate between when they are and they aren't actually speaking German, but then translating again. I don't know if I like it or not. I know they did that in Great Pretender, Netflix. The con man was speaking French the entire time, but they just gave him a French accent and said, it's French.
Say something. It's your specialty. Conversing with women and all that.
And what would you have?
Conversing with women. It's scary. Don't blame us.
Me say?
The body will always prompt us to see to our needs.
Doesn't appear the least bit embarrassed.
Wolfram has been gone for quite some time now. I do hope all is well.
What is taking him so long?
Maybe he was killed by the creature. Larry. I'm very afraid that no one's going to understand these, and I'm just going to look like an idiot.
Might I go take a look in the kitchen?
Yeah, go.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'm sure I shan't be long.
Wait!
He's just gonna bail. You told him to talk, and he came up with something to do. That is on you.
You can't go off and leave me alone with her!
She's icky and has cooties.
This is painful.
He's not even 14 yet, is he? Maybe he is 14 now. They said in the first episode, but still, it was really funny. I think we had a comment in season 4 with public school arc where he was like the first couple arcs, like he goes from 12 to 13, and then there's like 5 arcs that all happen in half of a year.
Hey, du. Wie heißt der schwarzhaarige Mann?
That's Chinese.
Oh, actually, I can make out certain words if I stop to think about them. Black hair and man. Does she mean Sebastian? Sebastian, ich der Butler. Verstehst du?
Oh, wait, no, it was Japanese.
Success!
Yes!
Wo sind deine Eltern?
My parents? Eltern gestorben.
Oh.
I can't stand this.
Oh, they're dead. You want to see my cool dance moves? This is what we call orange justice with a little bit of extra flavor from where I'm from. See, I'll just hit him with some of like this. Some of the snorkeler is good. Shopping carts. Going shopping. I don't know what this is. It's just what Batman did in like the 60s. But you just gotta hit him with some flossing. You could bring that back. That's pretty old now, right? This is, that's always, the Macarena. That's always a winner in my book. Sorry, ladies, I didn't mean to turn you on like that. That is just something, that is one of the many things that you can enjoy if you subscribe to this channel, or even if you go onto Patreon. Thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. Thank you very much.
Hurry up, Sebastian!
May I come in?
What do you want?
The dinner preparations seem to be taking a while.
No, not that. That was the wrong choice. That was the wrong choice. I was wrong, okay? Look, I understand that. I can be wrong sometimes. I understand that is a possibility, and I was wrong. This is not what I want. I do not want English with German happening in my brain. I am confused, and I'm scared.
So I thought I would see if I might offer assistance.
That won't be necessary. I've measured everything and can proceed with the recipe.
Yeah, I'm sure. That said, the lady of the house is hungry and I'd hate to keep her waiting. Might you work with some haste?
Might you Hurrieth the fuck up.
My lady? Then I won't argue. You may assist me.
With pleasure.
Start the bread while I make Maltaschen. Needs it all, if you will.
Was?
Problem?
Nein, I'll see to it at once. Surely common sense dictates that one prepare the bread first, and then work on the rest of the menu while it bakes. The soup is ready to serve, I assume?
9.
Okay. So clearly, this guy. I have a feeling. I have an epic gamer prediction that this guy has not been around very long. I don't think it's like the Undertaker like reanimating anybody, but I feel like the idea of him being the wolf and that he's just now becoming man is a little bit holding water. But then I still feel like the twist is going to be like that he's like there's a curse or some other thing, and he's not the bad guy. She's not a bad girl. There's something else at work.
I'll make it when we are done with this. Why confuse such matters?
If you'll excuse my boldness, I would be happy to assist with that as well.
Yeah, all right.
I thought those 3 buffoons had inured me to human foibles, but he seems to be a new breed of incompetent.
Breed? Dog.
Maximum effort with minimum yield.
Wolf reference?
The very picture of inefficiency. His plan was to complete each dish before even starting in on the next. Dinner will be a midnight affair at this rate.
Oi, Sebastian, want us to help with anything?
No, thank you. We have things well in hand.
No, thank you. Leave.
Dear, you must be weary from the journey. Please take the evening off and relax.
You're the kindest of men. I've always said it, I have.
And now, let us begin. For tonight's meal, we have Maltaschen, Bratwurst soup, and Eisbein. Dessert will be a nice rote Grütze.
My, this is certainly unexpected.
You see, the problem is you are now going to introduce her into an idea of things being on time and tasting good, and that is something that is going to forever change her. It's like meeting an Amazonian tribe that has warded off all human intervention and then airdropping like Diet Coke. Well, you can't do that. They will worship Coke. We should airdrop Diet Coke over some of these.
The meal looks so excellent. What could work, Wolf?
Yeah, well...
His name is Wolf. Come on. Okay, this isn't a theory anymore.
Butler did help a bit.
It was only proper that I contribute in some small way. One must lighten the burden of one's host. A Phantom Hive butler who can't do so isn't worth his salt.
Right then.
I just want to appreciate what's going on here. I just want to appreciate stabbing it and then yoinking it. Which is kind of funny that, like, she went through the extra effort to stab it when she could have just grabbed the bone.
Oh, this bread is so soft.
She's not much for manners.
One might say she doesn't believe in putting on airs.
She doesn't have any manners for what?
Hilda, what's wrong?
A werewolf has appeared.
Yeah?
A werewolf?
A woman has been badly hurt. Lane Town, Sullivan, please help her.
Of course. Wolf.
You stay here.
Bitte, we must come with you. We I'd like to know the forest's dangers before we must face them.
Clear the way!
Thank goodness they're here. Lindsay and Sullivan, please help her.
The wounds do not lie, but attacking one from our own village. No werewolf has ever done this before.
Quick! The bleeding!
This will hurt a bit. Den Schmerzländer heilen du geheilt zu werden. There is your talisman.
She left it behind since she was only picking herbs nearby.
How foolish! I've told you to keep it with you at all times.
The creature may still be close! Light more torches!
You may think this is going to make me think that he's not a werewolf. And you'd be incorrect. Where was he really preparing for that long? Where was he really? I have a feeling that it's not necessarily that he is inefficient, but that he had just gotten back. Ew. PNG.
What exactly is going
Fire.
on here? Don't tell me there truly are werewolves about. That's absurd. Your thoughts?
I can't draw any conclusions from the wounds alone, but perhaps if I were to search...
There's also a possibility that there's multiple.
No, stay. You'd be seen.
The idea of multiple is lame.
Suspicion.
This is Herr Werewolf's revenge! He's enraged outsiders have dared to intrude upon his territory! Leave now before you do my soul!
She wasn't carrying her talisman. She wouldn't have been attacked otherwise.
No werewolf ever laid a claw upon a resident of this village before these interlopers arrived! You defend the outsiders, Emerald Witch? Remember their bloody past, the countless atrocities their kind inflicted upon ours! You must never trust any strangers who come here! You must uphold your ancestors' grudge! You must remember your debt to dread Herr Werewolf!
I do, but I...
Filthy, foolish outsiders! You have stoked Herr Werewolf's fury with your presence here! This is all your fault! You're to blame! And you will suffer for it, mark my words! Yeah! Now leave this place! Or prepare to have the flesh ripped from your body!
It was like the most YouTuber like dubbing I've ever heard in my life. Awkward.
Stay inside until morning.
Awkward turtle. I don't know, I don't have much to add to that, but I know that YouTube will be upset if I don't pause every once in a while.
I hope you understand now. Never go into the forest uninvited. Not ever.
So does the forest have to invite you itself, like it's Appalachia? Because that's what I have to do whenever I have to go outside. I have to be like, spirits, do you let me go to work today? And sometimes they don't let me, in the form of violent diarrhea. Don't mind me. I'm just don't mind me.
Make it strong. This could be quite a long night.
Very good, my lord.
Yeah, reuse assets. It's okay, it looked good.
Here you are. I strongly advise you take it plain.
Of the twists I'd foreseen, a true werewolf victim was not one. It seems incongruent with what we'd learned from
Sorry, there's some screenshots that need to happen here real quick.
Of the twists I'd foreseen, a true werewolf victim was not one. It seems incongruent with what we'd learned from Cloud.
Okay.
Oh, great Scott!
Great Scott! Great Caesar's ghost! Great googly moogly!
Well, a surprise visit from the Lainsherren. At such a late hour and without your manservants.
I don't require assistance to move about the castle. Mein Hexenballoons allow me that much freedom.
I see. However, it is most unbecoming of a lady to eavesdrop outside the room of a...
This is a little close to, a little too close to what is it? Lolly pedophilia. It's too close to that for me
A gentleman.
to take a screenshot
What
of it.
secrets did you wish to plunder?
Who, me? You jest. You are the ones who are here with intent to plunder.
What?
It is clear as day. One cannot hide such things from a witch, you know.
Truly. Then I imagine you must know what comes next. We would rather not be rough with you.
I felt the truth of your hearts the moment you entered the village. You seek knowledge to delve the mystery I have so steadfastly guarded every day of my short life. So I am prepared mentally. My heart flutters in anticipation. Loose! I hadn't thought my first romance would be the dry up at the young, but I'll make it work. Do be mindful of my small frame!
Look at this ear-to-ear smile. This guy, this dude over here. This guy, it's great.
Boss, are you worried my dress will get in the way of things? I can resolve that right now.
I can only guess what you're doing, but please stop it this instant!
Ha! It's even. He still doesn't know what she's saying.
You wish to take the lead then, do you? Well, you are more virile than you know.
Sebastian,
My
translate!
lord, she's asking if you'd prefer to remove her dress yourself.
I would hope that's not what she said!
Could it be you like doing it with your clothes?
Is there like his response makes me think that Sebastian has been sarcastic in this way before.
My lord, you have such interesting preferences for one so innocent.
My only preference is to spurn whatever nonsense she thinks is happening!
Wait, could you be... So you are male. I was beginning to wonder.
Will you kindly sod off?
A very poor choice of words.
You must forgive the young master. He hasn't invested as much thought in these matters as you, yeah?
You should know better than to handle a young maiden so closely!
You know I am not fluent in German, you daft harlot!
Now, you two. There are many ways in which one may enjoy themselves in bed. And I believe snacking would best align with all our tastes.
You hear that, chat? You hear that, epic gamers? There's more than one way to enjoy yourself in bed. I don't know where to go with that. That's it. It speaks for itself.
My research into the human male has been rather limited. But I thought their carnal appetites were unyielding.
Yeah, well, that is only true for some of the population.
I'd never encountered a man before today. Washlock only has female residents.
Is your manservant not a man?
Wolfram is more like my guard dog.
I see.
Wow. A guard dog. Again, I swear to dog. Unless he is a werewolf, but he's a good one. Either way. Excuse me. While I was out there taking care of business, I just realized that she just said that the only conclusion she's come to throughout all the research of us males is that we like to have sex. I like Lego sets. Swords are cool. Have you heard of a C7 Corvette? Not the C8. Those are overrated. C7 Corvette?
Speaking of canines, I overheard the villagers mention an ominous local character. I believe they call him Herr Werewolf. Can you tell us what that means?
Have you heard of witch hunts?
Yeah.
Then you know that
Yeah.
long ago, witches were accused of causing disaster. For this perceived sense, they were tortured and killed in witch trials. The instruments you saw in the square are relics of those trials. However, a witch's true aim...
Apparently those aren't correct. No, read a comment. I appreciate the comments, by the way. I read all of them, even if I don't respond to all of them. The Iron Maidens and stuff like that were never used, but I mean, rule it cool maybe. At the same time, immersion broken.
was preventing calamity and sickness with knowledge both natural and arcane. And yet, humans branded them as heretics and sought their destruction. Fearing for their lives, they fled into this forest.
What's up with that jittering?
Legend says after the witch's arrival, one witch made a pact with a werewolf, offering her legs in exchange for his protection of her and her kind.
So is that where the bound feet come in? Is it they're crippling her ability to walk, so she's trading the ability to use her legs for protection of the wolf?
That woman, she was my ancestor, the Emerald Witch. In the spirit of their agreement, each successive ruler's feet are bound until useless.
If witches and werewolves had entered into a contract, then why was that woman harmed?
It's been centuries since the pact was formed, and much has changed since then. The blood of the Emerald Witch dilutes with each generation, and I believe this has warped the nature of this pact.
In other words, this village is no longer protected by the werewolves, so much as imprisoned by them.
Yeah, that is my theory. But regardless of why, it is because of these things that I have never ventured beyond this village, nor is it likely that I ever will.
Well, what if the real werewolves were the friends we made along the way? What if the real werewolf was love all along?
I envy you.
And he fell in love. Aw. Still illegal, though.
Tomorrow you leave for home, yeah? Then please, tell me of the outside. I wish to know all about the world I will never see.
Okay, Aaron Yeager.
Now it makes sense. Her earlier behavior was not harlotry, but an eagerness for friendship. She is the village matriarch, my lord. Would not her affinity benefit us and our investigation?
All right, fine. I'll play nice.
I think she is also a harlot, though.
Ugh.
She is a woman. Ahem. Ladies and single gentlemen. I thought guys were the horny ones, okay? Not to go off on a bit of a tangent. I thought guys were the ones I've never been so wrong in my life.
Wait, that's not it. I'm sorry. Lass uns Freunde sein.
In my young master's country, the shaking of one's hands is a sign of friendship. Do like this.
Oh, that's right. These are for you two. These will ward off werewolves, so wear them on your way home. You have my permission.
Dankeschön.
All right, then. Good manservant. I wish to know more about the many ways to enjoy yourselves in bed.
Yeah, those were my words, weren't they? Whatever shall we do, my lord?
The girl is a child. We'll treat her as such. Have her play with toys or something.
The young master wonders if you might enjoy toys.
Really? That would be rather daring.
What did you say to her?
What am I doing here? What am I watching? What am I observing with my own two peepers? You want to tell me that this girl is not a harlot, that she's just trying to be friendly, and yet she knows about all of this? Like, gossip at the girls' town square, I guess.
My words could
I mean, I guess there are no guys.
have inspired that reaction. Finally, she's asleep at last.
Well done, my lord.
Ugh, I'm shocked I managed what little conversation
Go to sleep.
we had. At least I could understand her accent. The coachman's was much harder.
For you?
Do forgive my lady's intrusion.
Yeah, she has just fallen asleep.
Whatever she might have promised, you and your party leave at dawn. Verstanden.
That sounded like an insult, and I don't appreciate it. There are children watching this channel.
The fog's so thick.
Be careful where you step. It's eerily quiet. I sense no fauna anywhere. More than that, I've never felt air this heavy. My lord, don't leave my side. My lord!
Why am I crying?
I wish that I could say.
Onions, probably. Is this a Holes ripoff?
Best not to rub them, I think.
What is going on? Tears don't appear for no reason. No, a werewolf? After it, Sebastian!
Wait a moment. There is something wrong with this forest. I fear it may be quite serious. I'll return you to your room. Wait there. Leave the werewolf to me.
Yes, fine.
So I was thinking about doing a screenshot of that and adding it to the collage. So there's a fog that might be affecting his eye that is also giving people hallucinations.
I've resided in the human realm for many years now, yet I've never felt a miasma like this. I don't like it.
Poppy? Well, that was certainly one of the things of all time. Well, I would say it is getting interesting. What could possibly bring Sebastian to tears that didn't bring him to tears the first time. I don't know. Currently, my working theory is that there's some sort of supernatural something in the air tonight, and he is being affected. But he it's all, the working theory is there's a lot of illusions happening. But what's gonna bring him to tears? I feel like, though, they're about to go into like backstory. We might learn a little bit about Sebastian, maybe. I'm not sure, though. If we are, I'm very excited for that. That would be very cool. But thank you all so much for joining, and I apologize it's out a little later than I wanted, but we will be back next week. And until then, be sure to subscribe, be sure to comment and like you haven't been. I don't even need to tell you to do that. But if you want to help out the channel and get these out even faster, supporting me on Patreon is literally the best way that you possibly could. It is the greatest, and I want to thank every single one of you who is supporting me currently on Patreon. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.